What's up, guys? It's your boy, Radical. Now, my workout plans have been a success. More than 300 plus purchases and many more returning customers. You cannot ask for anything else, and people are loving it. The same life-changing and affordable prices still remain. So go to radicallatino.com and change your life today. Hey guys, do you have a product you want more eyes on? Advertise with the Radical Latino Show, where over 10K podcast downloads and the number 25 spot on the 55 All Latin podcast list. You'll want your product heard on everyone's phones and cars. Go to radicallatino.com/contacts and start advertising today.
Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Radical.
Latino is taking you to another level.
I think there's more radicals than Chivo. Radical Latino, you're buffing it. The radical point of views, I think his views are actually more dangerous.
Yo! What up, my people? It's your boy, Radical. What is going on? I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody's having a great holiday, weekend, month, or whatever the case is. I hope everybody is getting everything that they wanted for the year. You know what I'm saying? So a huge shout out to all of y'all, all my new listeners, all my new followers, all of my old listeners, all my old followers. Shout out to you guys. Now let me explain something right quick. I am a little late, very late from the podcast, and that's my apologies. It's the holiday season, so everything is pretty much slowed down, and that's when I take my little break or whatever the case is. Usually in the podcast segments of my breaks, I usually upload some interviews that I've done throughout the year, and I upload them as new clips for you guys, so you guys can get to know me more and stuff like that. But this time, even though I did do some interviews, this time, I want to just give you guys some space, let you guys rejuvenate yourselves. I'm going to rejuvenate myself as well. So, this is just not an emergency podcast, but an up-to-date podcast until, I come back. So I'm coming back January 4th. So that's after all the holidays and everything else is like that. But if you guys do want some good content, you guys want some recent content or whatever, go to my YouTube channel, Radical Latino on YouTube, and definitely check me out there. Talking about my YouTube, right? I'm also starting a Rumble page. Rumble is basically like YouTube. You're gonna find all my recent videos, right? All my recent videos that I'm uploading on YouTube or uploaded on YouTube is going to be also on Rumble. But the difference is that I'm not going to share my Rumble page, not yet, because I'm still working a lot of things out. I'm still got to figure certain things out. I want to basically make that place of my Rumble space. I want to make that place extremely unfiltered, because you could pretty much say whatever you want on Rumble, right? So pretty much unfiltered and unedited. So that's the main reason why I want to try something new. You know what I'm saying? Something new there. But with that being said, just wait for the announcement, guys. I am going to start uploading on Rumble and all that other stuff. So I'm definitely going to let you guys know. So talking about my YouTube, it's been a couple of days, and I uploaded a cartoon talking about FBA and how buffoonish these FBA individuals are. Now, for those who might not know who FBA is a organization, a group that Tariq Nasheed wants to pass off as a lineage, but it's not a lineage, because if you have qualifications for people to become FBA, and then people who are FBA, you just kick them out of the group because they disagree with you, it becomes a group, bro. It's not a lineage. How you gonna kick somebody out of a lineage? That doesn't make any sense, right? So it's a group, right? And I made a cartoon poking fun at them, and the comments are so funny because hit dogs will holler, right? Now, I've said this plenty of times. I don't consider Black Americans FBA. Even there's Black Americans that don't like the FBA term and say, hey, I'm not part of that hate group. You know what I'm saying? I do not consider FBA Black Americans, nor do I consider Black Americans FBA. Now, are there some FBA that don't be in that xenophobic type of realm? Yes, there is. And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm only talking about the majority of FBA who be on that xenophobic tip. So if you're not that, then you shouldn't worry. You know what I'm saying? But definitely go check out that cartoon. It's funny as hell. I'm definitely working on a part 2. You know what I'm saying? A part 2 is definitely on the way. On that part 1, there was a lot of things I left in the cutting room floor, but I'm gonna pick up on part 2. You gotta see the apartment Tyrone is living in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hear some of the podcasts that Tyrone listens to. You know what I'm saying? So definitely there's a lot there that is really funny, and I was brainstorming certain things. You know what I'm saying? So definitely stay tuned for all that. Now the documentary, right? The documentary is coming out. I don't have a set time. I'm still working on it, so definitely be patient. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Definitely be patient. I think I told you guys about a couple of months ago that I signed a contract with Red Media for distribution rights for the finished product. So they're on my ass. Trust me. So don't worry about it. Part 2 is definitely coming out. And once part 2 comes out, part 3 is going to be literally way faster than part 2. Then you guys wouldn't have to wait that long for part 2. You know what I'm saying? Part 3 will be right out, and then part 4 right after that, right? So definitely just be patient. And also a huge RIP to 2 of my childhood heroes. 2 of my childhood heroes. Jason David Frank, which played the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, and Kevin Conroy, who I met one time working at Planet Hollywood as a photographer for Kodak. I met him one time. He was here for Comic-Con. Who voiced the voice of Batman, and pretty much the iconic voice of Batman. R.I.P. to those 2 childhood heroes of mine. You know, R.I.P. because when I was younger, you know, I was wild young. I used to watch, Mighty Morphin Power, you know what I mean? The Power Rangers and stuff. And also the Batman animated series. So those are the 2 things that I grew up on, watching cartoons and all that other stuff, and Green and White Ranger, and also Kevin Conroy, the one who voiced Batman, passed away. And first of all, the green White Ranger or whatever passed away in like messed up circumstances. I don't even want to get into that, but Kevin Conroy apparently passed away from health issues. So huge RIP to those 2. They'll definitely be missed. Huge loss. I felt, no lie, I felt a little depressed. Like I was a little depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, this kind of, it's like your childhood. It's like your memories of your childhood dying off. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is how some of our parents felt when they found out, I don't know, somebody like from their something that they used to watch, a show that they used to watch in black and white. One of those actors passed away or whatever the case is. That's probably how our parents felt. You know what I'm saying? And now, because we're growing older and our generation have experienced certain things, now it's like, oh man, we have to go through that now too. I thought it was just gonna be you guys. No. So yeah, I was walking around all bummed out. No lie. I'm not no lie. You know what I mean? But definitely a huge RIP. Big RIP to them. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to move on to our first topic. Brittney Griner getting released. By the way, this is gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be a short episode or a long episode, so please don't mind me. If it's a short or long, you know what I mean, please don't mind me. Let's just get this whole thing going, you know what I mean. But anyway, Brittney Griner gets released from Russian jail. So oh my god. Now the thing about that is, right, first of all, a lot of people will say yay, a lot of people will say nay, right? The first initial information that we were getting was that Brittney Griner got released. So I was like, oh right, that's what's up. Okay, she got released. Everybody was kind of critical of the U.S. president that was saying, hey yo, you got all this power, but you ain't look what Trump did. You know what I mean? Like what's good now? You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, cool, you did your thing, but then more information starts to come up. That it wasn't that she just got released. It was a prison swap. You know what I mean? Like, in the movies, when the bad guy and the good guy got what each other wants, like, you got the money, yeah, you got the girl. Yeah, I got the girl. Like, usually the girl's like the prime minister's daughter or whatever the case is. And the good guy has to like exchange the money for the prime minister's daughter. And it's always usually like, okay, on 3, 1, 2, and then the girl starts running and then he throws the bag full of money and it lands right in the middle. And now the girl has to run before she gets shot or whatever the case is. So it was something like that. But now this is where it gets a little crazy. It was something like that. It was a swap. But instead of money, something more evil, apparently. Apparently, the U.S. had the merchant of death in their custody. And this is what they negotiated for the release of Brittney Griner. Now, hold on for 1 second. You guys are probably saying the Merchant of Death. That's what I was saying. I was like, what kind of super villain is this? I've never heard. I know Lex Luthor, you know what I mean? I know Thanos. You feel me? The Merchant of Death. What kind of comic book is this? I thought Marvel, I thought Marvel was coming up with a new, hero. So I was a Merchant of Death. What's going on? What's up with this? And apparently it's a real person, and this person's biography pretty much reads like the starter kit of any like supervillain. So it pretty much starts out like any evil supervillain. You feel me? That's what it pretty much starts off as. Any evil supervillain. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the Merchant of Death. Apparently, according to some reports that I was reading, this dude will go out to terrorist groups, will go out to criminal enterprises, will go to the cartel, whoever, right? Whoever. And he'd be like, hey, yo, you got money? I got weapons. So what's up? That's pretty much what it was. So he will be supplying cartel individuals. He will be supplying these organized armed group gangs weapons. He will be supplying them weapons. Like, apparently there was a rumor, this is what I've read. There was a rumor that he had close ties to Russian officials that could supply him nuclear weapons to other countries. This is what I've read. This is what I've read. So I don't know how true that is. They even in that report, they even said it was a rumor, but it's insane. So you mean to tell me we're gonna exchange a basketball player, right? Exchange a basketball player for someone who is named the merchant? Like basically, I am a seller of that. What? So I was like, wait. I was kind of taken back. I was like, wait, whoa, wait. Is that a good? Is that a good? You know, is that a good trade? Is that a good trade? Can we get like someone else that is it's evil but not that evil? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get the merchant of language or something like something? You know what I mean? And the thing is, I wasn't the only one a little confused, and I wasn't the only one thinking like this online. Apparently, Candace Owens went crazy, right? Saying that this was a bad trade. Everybody is saying that this is a bad trade. And just let's think about it for 1 second. If you're a country, as in Russia, right? And currently, right now, you're in a back and forth battle with another country named the Ukraine, who is pretty much, for some reports are saying at this moment of me recording, they're kind of dominating Russia right now, right? Due to some aid, let's keep it 1,000. Some U.S. aid is definitely being done. You know, also with some United Nation aid, but whatever. If you're a country like that and you're going through that, and now you get someone called the Merchant of Death coming back into your country, right? Don't you think that they'll be using this individual for, I don't know, death things? You know what I mean? Like they'll be using this individual to get hey, we don't have access to this. Hey, merchant of whatever, do you have connections with people in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia? Yeah, you know, they were like, yeah, you know, I do. I know my man Mohammed. I'm gonna just give him a yo, Mohammed, what's good? What's going on? What's popping? I know I haven't spoken to you in a man long. You know what I'm saying? So don't you think some of those things might happen? You know what I'm saying? Don't you guys think that this was like a chess move? And you know, the US kind of fumbled the ball. Not for nothing. I don't believe Brittney Griner should have been locked up in the first place. Let's be honest. It's BS. It wasn't even it seemed like she was targeted. Let's keep it 1,000, right? Seems like she was targeted. But in those negotiations, they probably be like, listen, she could be there a little bit longer. We're not gonna really give the Merchant of Death up like that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys think I'm bugging? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about my point of views on that. Now, going on to my main topic, like I said, this is going to be a short episode, so don't mind me, guys, right? Short episode. Now, the main topic, U.S. Latinos are way different from Motherland Latinos. Now, what do I mean by that, right? So, for the most part, Latinos really come to this country for a lot of things because our countries are dirt poor. Let's keep it 1,000. Our countries are pretty much third world countries, and it isn't done by choice. It's usually done by corruption. It's usually done by this government putting its foot on the necks of our motherland. You know what I mean? So it's not done by choice, because if you let Latin America, the Caribbean, pretty much, you know, be dominant of their own things, be self-sufficient on their own accord, they won't be in the position that they'll be in right now. They'll probably be a superpower. We have to keep it 100%. You know what I mean? On top of that, with these, you know, corrupt politicians that be in play, and a lot of them are corrupt, a lot of them are greedy, We've heard and seen the news stories, right? But we gotta be real. It happens. These type of things happen, right? But it is what it is. Don't it is what it is. But the mentality of the Latinos that come here are coming with the mentality of back home. And usually that's the wrong way to do certain things when you're literally migrating to another place with different mindset, different culture, and different way of lifestyle, right? Now, the US has any first world country, to be honest, not the US, even Europe, has positioned themselves socially, has positioned themselves you know worldwide as the first world countries, right? That you want to get to, that have a lot of economic empowerment, that have a lot of economic influence, right? Let's be honest, the European, well, for now, the European euro is not that much, but it's still on top of the American dollar, right? This is something that we just have to be, real about. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. We just have to be real about it. So that's my whole thing. Now, when our Latinos that come from the motherland, that come to this country with the different type of mindset, usually, I will say there'll be a 50 to 50% chance that first generation Latino will stay with the concept, culture, and mentality that their parents had. I'm gonna say, if they've been very isolated and not in a major type of city, I will say there is a 40 to I'll say a 30 to 60% chance, a 30% chance that he'll stay with that mentality from the motherland, right? 60% chance that might not happen. A lot of first generation all the way up to 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, right, generation Latinos usually don't keep that same mentality and culture with them, because why? We adapt to our environment. We adapt to the American culture. Now, is that a good thing? Yes. Some people would say yes. I wouldn't disagree with it being a good thing, because when you're in America, you want to, be social. You want to adapt, understand what people are talking about, understand the latest gossip, understand the latest slang and all this other stuff. But also, some people might say it's a bad thing, because American culture isn't influential the way certain people might think that it is. American culture isn't something to brag about, as some of my people might say it is, because American culture is seen, to be honest, as toxic to a lot of people. American culture is seen as taboo to a lot of people, especially right now with the advent of the internet, with liberalism, and I mean toxic liberalism. You're starting to see even Latin people back in the motherland being affected with certain things. Now, there's certain liberalism parts that is good, like femicide. Yeah, come on, guys. Up in Latin America, you shouldn't be killing your own women like that because she rejected you. Like, come on now, like, just chill the fuck out with that, right? But other toxic traits, like, now you could be whatever the hell you want to be because you woke up one day feeling like a woman. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's weird. You know what I mean? That's weird. Now having drag queens reading to your 6-year-old kid with a fake pee out. No, that's weird. No, that's weird because at the end of the day, I think that's the toxic liberalism. What I'm talking about. That's neither here nor there. But a lot of people will attribute that to Americanized mentalities, and that's why a lot of people would say yay or nay when it comes to those type of mindsets, right? Now, the way I see it is that there are some good things that our parents, good things that Latinos back home have traditionally, and I believe that there are good things that Americans here, the first generation, all the way up to whatever, right, have, which are good, that it will be a good meshing point. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A very good meshing point. A lot of things that Americans do, the American Latinos, I'm going to say, by generation 2, 3, and 4, what they do that other Latinos back home don't do is that tight-knit community. That's what Americanized Latinos don't do. They lose that. That's part of our culture. Part of our culture is being connected, is having a unity within each other, having a unity within our community. Fulana de tal se enfermó. Like, somebody got sick. I'm going to go make her some soup and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's a sense of community. Everybody and everywhere will just come out of nowhere just to help you out because, hey, we're all in the same predicament. Today could be you. Tomorrow it could be me. That's how they see it. They see it like a sense of family. You know what I'm saying? If they see your kid doing something out there, they're going to correct him like it's their own. And nobody's going to get mad about that because that's what the culture is. And a lot of times we tend to lose that. So I'm not going to say so much first. It's a 50-50 chance, but usually second, third, and fourth, and so on, loses that sense of connection, loses that sense of togetherness. It loses that. Why? Because American mindset is me, 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 me. That's what the American mindset is. And let's be honest, the structure back home isn't like that. The structure back home is you work, you don't bust your ass working every day. You work, you chill, you work again, and you chill, and that's it. It's a very laid back lifestyle. Here is bussin', right? Over here is you got work. And if you do get a good job to retire, you retire. A lot of people don't tend to retire like that. Now, what? If you haven't been working since the age of 16, all the way to the age of 67 now? Social Security, I think they pushed it back. Social Security is everybody's pretty much is everybody's retirement plan. That's what Social Security is everybody's retirement plan. And by the time you get to Social Security and your retirement plan, how much are they really going to give you? Come on, let's be honest. How much are they really going to give you? Remember, what Social Security is money taken from your taxes every week or every 2 weeks, however y'all get paid, all the way to 60-something years old, and you have to then apply. It doesn't come to you. You got to then apply. And how much money is that really going to be, really? You probably accumulated somewhere close to $500,000, maybe even more than that. How much is that going to go to you really when you are really in need, when you're older then? You know what I'm saying? And all you knew was work. You never knew how to relax. That's the reason why a lot of Americans become super fat. That's the reason why a lot of Americans' stress levels is up. That's the reason why a lot of Americans don't see until tomorrow. They gotta see it now. Consumerism. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people see that as toxic. A lot of people see the American mindset as toxic. And a lot of people say, hey, listen, even some immigrants, they go, hey, listen, I thought the streets were made out of goddamn gold in America. This is how they sell the American dream to certain people. I thought the streets were made out of gold. By the time I heard an immigrant tell me, I heard someone tell me, an African dude, he said, I busted my ass way more here than I ever did back home. But every time I busted my ass here, I got paid way more than I would ever do back home. My game plan is just to get money and retire back home. And that's everybody's game plan. America is a pit stop for a lot of people. Some people, it's the only thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the only thing to do. I'd rather just be here because there's more opportunities and all this other stuff. But for a lot of people, it's just a pit stop for a couple of years, and then they go back home and they live like kings. And that's true. But the mindset, that's the thing, is way different because Latinos come here, you know, immigrants and stuff, and they outperform Americans in certain things. Not all the time, but in certain things they outperform Americans. Even U.S. Latinos, believe it or not, second, third, fourth generations, I hear the same excuses. I don't want to do that. I just hear excuses on top of excuses. When a damn Mexican just crossed over the border and he's like, yo, I'm gonna do that for, pennies to the dollar. It is what it is. I gotta get my foot somewhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't think like that, which a lot of us should. A lot of us should have that hungry mindset for that moment so we could get some experience and then hopefully do something. Because let's be honest, what is the American dream pretty much that we get fed as Latinos? Get a good job, which I am completely against, but that's what the American dream is fed to us. Get a good job, get a good job, get a good job, get a good job, right? Which is I disagree with it 100%. Because why get a good job when you can create your own? You know what I mean? But it's neither here nor there. The whole point is that's what's happening. And we are in a position as Latinos to know how to measure up and combine the two. We can combine the two. As U.S. Latinos, there's a lot of positive things that we have. To be honest, entrepreneurship for first generation Latinos are way higher and much better obtained than foreign Latinos that come here. Believe it or not, for the most part, owning a bodega, a barber shop, it's okay. It's whatever. It is what it is. And that's about it. First generation to second, we think beyond that. You know what I'm saying? And usually that's because we're keeping our culture pretty tight. A lot of times that's not the case. A lot of times we start losing our culture. Why? Because we start getting more Americanized. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but we got to learn how to mesh the two. We have to learn how to mesh the two. There's a lot of good things about American mindset. There's also a lot of good cultural things from our homeland that we could come together and put together and be like, okay, this is a good, healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? This is a good, healthy balance. For example, I'm going to give you a few. Knowing how to, first of all, us men, we got to start being men, okay? We got to start being men. And that's one, is protecting the image of our women. If we see someone close to us or someone that we know, automatically going to start twerking when when the environment doesn't call for it. Nah, check that. Hey, yo, you ain't gonna do that. No, chill out. Don't you see somebody recording all that? Nah, protecting the image of our women. That's one. That's one. Two, us men being men. Stop with all that pussy shit. Us men being men. That means providing, getting in shape, learning how to use and utilize our skill set in order to get beneficial benefits. That's what I mean by that. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna do it like this and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to do that. Men being men. And a lot of times, a community does start with men put in charge and be like, hey, yo, y'all need to get into place because we're going to start doing this. And a lot of people don't go into places till they start seeing the fruits of that labor and going, oh, shit, this actually works. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's number 3. I think that is number 3. Well, protecting the image of our women, you know, men being men. What's the other one? What I just said. Stop. Yeah, men being men. You know, providing. Yeah, number 3 is providing. Yeah, right. So number. I'll say that's number 3. Number 4. I'll probably be like, for women, because this is not just gonna be on the men. For women, learn how to be feminine. Learn your place. You can give advice, but don't be like, yo, I'm gonna be masculine. I'm gonna do whatever I want. No, that's not gonna work. Learn your place. Be feminine. There's a lot of things happening in the Latino community that we say shut, but that is happening vice versa in the Black community, and we see it and we're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Learn to be feminine. Learning to be feminine opens a lot of doors for women, believe it or not. And this is one thing that I would say. Women, if you don't have a good woman with a good mindset and that knows how to be feminine, right? And knows how to play her place, she could open up a lot of doors for you. I'm telling you. A door will close for a man, it will open for a woman. Trust me. And if she's your partner, y'all married, bro, I've seen my wife open doors for me that I was rejected right then and there. Now get out of here. Right? My wife right next to me, and they'll be like, wait, that's your wife? I'm like, yeah. And then she says what she gotta say. All right, come in. Yeah, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn. That's what it is. A lot of doors will open when you learn to be feminine. And feminine does not mean submissive. It means being with your nature, being one with you, playing your role. That's pretty much what it is. A woman's role is not to be a man. A woman's role is to be a woman. Let's keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? No dude is ever gonna be with another girl, with a girl that's basically like him. Hey, yo, my nigga, let's go and play basketball. Like, no dude is gonna, hey, yo, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? No dude ever likes that. You know what I'm saying? No dude ever. Look at rap. Let's look at rap. The hardest women that be spitting bars be looking like dudes. Let's keep it 1,000. And the hardest women that be spitting the hardest shit go out of their way to be wild, feminine, and look pretty. They be caked up to the max. And then when you still think, like, nah, she ain't like that. That was too nice. She ain't like that. You know what I mean? We gotta keep it 1,000. So women, it takes y'all to build a community. You know what I'm saying? It needs y'all to build a community too. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, listen, with that being said, I told you it was going to be a short episode. It is what it is. But with that being said, I'm going to come back January 4th. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah to all my people. and Happy New Year. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.